How would you feel when you get hundreds of compliments on how good you are at editing and co-producing skateboard and snowboard films? How would you feel when all your friends are anticipating when you and your co-editor's next movie is going to come out? How would you feel when you have over 150 people show up to your video premiere to support you and the rest of the people in the video? Today's guest will talk about his years of knowledge of skateboarding and snowboard editing and filming. The Humanities Communications Arts Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Juan Pabon, to meet the new directors. Stand by.
Thank you for joining us in today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as a talent for the first time today. The guests you're about to meet are students who went on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring the program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write, direct for different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the production they're making, and give you a chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Our guest today is an experienced skateboarder and a film editor who helped produce 3 films portraying footage, skateboarding, and snowboarding carefully edited into a style of its own. I would like you to meet our guest today, Nicholas Randmer. How are you, Nicholas?
How are you?
Good. So, Nicholas, why don't you tell me, what does it take to produce skateboarding and snowboarding films?
Well, it takes a lot. First, you have to be very knowledgeable of your camera and know how to use it for quick shots. You have to be able to know when to film and when not to film. Because all the editing comes out, you have a project, you start with an intro to your project, and you start off with a lot of face shots to get to know you, the person, the part it is. And then you start with more of all the better tricks, and then you slow out to normal tricks in a part.
Right.
And then you always end your part with the best trick. But with editing and style, you have to do a lot of work trying to find out the song that fits the style skateboarding or snowboarding the best, and then you have to put it on and edit each beat to beat the way someone when a beat peaks up, you
right.
have someone land on the ground from the skateboard or snowboard or something
to make it follow a sequence, right?
Yeah.
On the dollar bill.
And then you just for the intro, you just have to have it kind of very how should I say
What do you talk about some of the footage that we were watching right now? What was this?
What?
Where do you film this footage?
All this is just you have to search and find spots to film. This shot right here is actually in Scotland. And a lot of footage you just have to search and look to find a stair set or a handrail or anything just to get the trick. And here's just some of the footage that I have of myself skateboarding.
Yeah, you have a lot of nice things that really catch your attention when you watch.
Yeah.
What is this right now? What was this?
That is actually in New Jersey. Went down there to film a commercial for a skate park there. And this is actually in Norwalk at a church.
seems like you have a lot of experience, you know, in skateboarding and everything.
Yeah, it's just years of, I've been skateboarding for about 7 years now.
Okay.
It just takes a lot. It's like a technique to learn, like to have a lot of footwork and stuff to
All
be
right.
able to do it.
That's very nice of you. I mean, and now let's get into what the course is all about. Why did you decide to take the course, the TV production course at NCC?
I decided to take the course to learn like a new program. Like I've never used Avid before. I edit all my skateboarding, snowboarding stuff on Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's complicated to change from a program when you have like one program helps you out more and a different one is totally different. And like I took the course also to learn like a lot of the pronunciations for like camera angle shots and
Right.
like the way things work on a camera and all that.
That's very nice. Why don't you tell us what were like some of the most interesting things you learned in the TV production course this semester?
Well, I've been film and editing for about like 7 years now, and like I've learned a lot, but like I don't know all the pronunciations and words. And like I learned how to use Avid, and I learned a lot about all the broadcast aspect of film editing and stuff, like all the switching, controlling, and like the cameras. And it's like a big change from like a personal camera to a big 3C CD camera for broadcast and stuff.
All right, that's very nice. I heard that throughout the semester you actually went for you created a couple of projects, like
The Guns and Hoses.
Guns and Hoses, exactly.
The
it's
Campus
Story, the Spring Foliage, and the Academic Festival Report. Why don't you talk to us about those projects?
Well, the Guns and Hoses was our first project where like we really got to learn how to use Avid, and like we were set up with a sheet with all the transitions and like shots that we needed to put in and like how long they were supposed to be, and we had to edit it perfectly to the way the sheet said it. And it really like taught me how to use Avid. Coming from a different program is kind of more complicated because you're used to certain things. And with the Camper Story, I really kind of got to have fun and like do what I want, like because it was like they just told you have to have a story that's based around the campus.
Right.
And my story was just I filmed my brother actually late for class, and he just put a lot of shots together, kind of like just made a joke about it.
Right.
Like
That's
kind of make it
very
like
nice story you got there.
yeah. And this is an interview about the flooding that happens on the street I live on. And like I just interviewed my neighbor Joe, and this is all footage of like the flood that happens in my backyard. Get about like 3 feet of water every time we have a significant amount of rain.
And this was part of the news report you have to create for class, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
And this is just a bunch of shots showing it.
Out of the 4 projects that you got to create, which one was the best project you made?
My best project was probably my Campus Story. Like I just really got to have fun with it. Show like all the shots that I wanted to do, like with zoom and stuff, and just like I got a really cool shot with a like fast forwarding over time lapse in the car, like, and like every time I'd stop at like a stop sign or something, I'd bring it back to the normal time and then fast forward it again through the traffic and stuff to really like depict how like that I was trying to get there fast and not be late for class, even though
Right.
I already was. And it's just one of my favorite projects because it just came out the best. I got to edit, like I put a song in here and I got to edit everything to beat. And it just came out real good in the end.
It seems real nice.
Yeah.
Very nice job you did there. Well, after watching all the experience you had through the course of TV production, what would you like to create next?
Next, I'd like to create my own like skateboard and snowboard film because like throughout the years, I've just edited my part that I've skated in. And like, I'd like to really like create my own full video of like, because what we do is we set up like a video, like there's like an introduction that shows like each person that's in the video.
Right.
And then the parts start throughout. And I'd like to create like the whole intro and make the whole edit, the whole video.
Okay, that's really nice. Well, today we got to meet someone who worked hard to show us not only his skills as a skateboarder, but also an experienced film editor. As a new TV director, he hopes to apply what he has learned at NCC to document other transitional artistic experiences. He also plans to use his knowledge for Television One to edit exciting videos in the future. We would like you to thank Nick for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. And we'll hope you to enjoy meeting one of the television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Juan Pabon. Directed by Lubozar Timnev. I'm your announcer, Gary Rousseau. This has been a Norwalk Community College student production.